As companies everywhere scramble to improve consumers' mobile experience with their brand, one advertising company that focuses specifically on the mobile ad space is seeing huge growth. Joining us now is the founder and CEO of Kargo, Harry Kargman. Welcome, Harry. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us what Kargo does exactly.
So Kargo is focused on taking what is the best, most interesting screen in people's lives, the mobile phone, and putting the best, highest-end brand creative on that. So we're trusted by big brands like Target and T-Mobile and many other brands that work with us to actually take their brand advertising that they've been traditionally doing on television and bringing it over to the mobile phone, which is probably the hardest screen for them to tell brand messages on.
Absolutely. Now, you founded your company in 2003, so it's a relatively young company, yet you've seen tremendous growth, especially looking over the past 5 years. How quickly are you growing?
So for the last 5 years, we've actually grown 5,500%. We made the Inc. 500 this year.
Wow,
we sort of just made it, squeaked in.
Yeah.
But you know, we've actually seen the vast majority of our growth over the last 4 years. The entire 8 years preceding that was nothingness. It was sort of pillars of smoke by day and fire by night. And
That's
really
rewarding to see that now.
It's great.
But it's also been a little bit of shift of focus, correct? Like, what was the moment when you realized, you know what, let's go advertising, let's go in this direction?
So we were building the sites and apps for, I would say, 60 of the largest publishers. We had Us Weekly and Rolling Stone and Entertainment Tonight. And we basically were giving them the sites away for free, and we were asking them to give us a small portion of the advertising revenue associated with their selling of those sites. And they didn't sell anything for like a year. It was a disaster. So they're like, if you can't actually figure out how to sell this, really this new channel, this new medium is pretty much worthless to us.
So you said, hey, let's do the advertising.
Let's do the advertising.
So now tell us about your ad campaigns. They're very creative. What makes them different?
So we've been really focused on not doing sort of data. I mean, we think that data is a very important element, but it's not the be-all, end-all. The reality is that we're marketing to human beings. Human beings need to see amazing creative on those screens, and the creative can't just be a banner, and it can't be annoying. So the question is, how do you create really mobile-first, beautiful creatives for the mobile screen, and then use data to do better targeting around that?
So give us an example of some of the campaigns you really like. I know you've done Dior, Skittles.
Right, so we have a Dior campaign that we just ran. We really love it. It basically expands into this whole world that we've created. It has Johnny Depp in it, and it's this parallax unit where you can actually move between sort of his world that they've created. And if you actually go and see it, and there's examples of this out there, pretty much everything that you see out there that's sort of high-end across what we call the premium internet, the top publishers and media companies,
right,
it's really powered by Kargo, including some of the News Corp properties as well.
There you go. Good reveal.
Yeah. But we really believe that we can sort of transform the industry by marrying really high-end, beautiful creative with great data so that the brands, the advertiser brands, whether it be the consumer packaged goods companies, whether it be the McDonald's of the world, they can actually transport that user into a world in the advertising itself that's unlike anything that they've seen in other channels like TV or print or outdoor.
So what are your feelings then about the mobile ad space in general going forward?
Well, mobile, I think, is the first and most important screen in people's lives. It's the screen that people are spending the vast majority of their time. If you look at Gen X, Gen Y, and millennials over the last 2 years, you've seen a 35% decline in TV viewing. Mobile is everything for them. And so if we can actually produce very high-end, impactful, engaging ad creative formats across the very best places on the internet, and we can get consumers to actually engage with that, we think brands can tell their stories, and they'll be able to reach back to that audience that they can't reach today on TV.
I know, I take my phone everywhere, so mobile's everything for me too. Harry Kargman, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.